So with our new project, this is our Begin Web 2.0 Wiki project. There's going to be a site that you're going to access. The link is on our Blackboard page. You also receive an email notification with the link. To access it, you're going to go to sites.google.com, and on that page you will see a link to our Wiki Web 2.0 project. I'll have your the semester and my last name next to it. On here are all the directions and information that you need for your site and for the page. I just do want to go over a couple little bits of information before we begin. So as you access this page, you're going to select on Welcome, then Instructions and Directions. Here are all your directions. So Task 1, Task 2, Task 3. There are 5 tasks for this, but there's different sections on here. What you're going to do is research a Web 2.0. First of all, what Web 2.0 is, and then you're going to select a Web 2.0 tool. So there's information on here. You also, part of our lecture this week, there's some information about Web 2.0 tools. So on there, you have your different tasks. Once again, all the information that you need are listed on this page. You even have a project list checklist over here that you can make sure you're completing all the tools. The next step, this is one of the most important ones, is Web 2.0 sites. And what you're going to do, once again, is find a Web 2.0 tool, and then you're going to add it. To add your page to our wiki, what you're going to do is access these tools up here in the top right hand corner. Something to be aware of: if you do not see these tools, that means I do not have your email address, your Google email address, which means you need to email me your account, your Google email address, so I can add you to this page so you can access it. Once again, if you do not see these icons, it means you do not have access, which means I do not have your Google email. So you need to make sure you send that to me ASAP. Once again, kind of just as a side note, sending it to me 2 days before the assignment is due, which is probably going to be on a Friday or Saturday, can prevent you from getting this assignment done on time. What I recommend is you have about 2 weeks for this assignment. Make sure you get in there, have access to it. If you don't, email me right away. That doesn't mean you need to work on it right then, but at least you have access to the site and ready to go. So to add a page, once you have selected your Web 2.0 tool, and you can see a little demo here, you're going to name it your Web 2.0 tool and put your last name. Your name is very, very important. I kind of joke, coming from the middle school classroom, there's many, many times that my students do not put their names on their papers, and I'm sure you're the same thing. That's no different with Web 2.0 tools. I need you to make sure you put your name on the Web 2.0 tool of your choice. So for example, if I have my tool, and my tool is going to be Animoto, what I'm going to do is select on the little the little plus in the page, which is create a new page. When I do that, it's going to pop up with a little thing. It says your name. So I'm going to call it Animoto, and then I'm going to title it my last name. So you're going to give it your tool and your last name. Then you're going to select a template. This is pretty important on here to make sure you leave it on web page. And then the most important part is right here, select your location. You need to make sure you change it to not put at the top level, but put page under Web 2.0 sites. When you do this, it is going to access it and put it under this category, so everything's kind of labeled together and it's not floating off on its own. Once again, this is probably one of the most important steps on here, besides putting your name on there. Select location, put page under Web 2.0 sites. This is a pretty important step. Make sure you do that. Once you do that, you hit create. As you hit create, it is then going to create that page. Now, once again, at this point in time, you do not need to put anything on your site that at this point. You can just claim your Web 2.0 tool at this moment and come back and edit. Now, I'm going to hit save, and the reason I want to hit save is I want to show you over here. There's a link up here for Web 2.0 sites. There's also a link right here for Web 2.0 sites. It's the exact same thing. When I click on Web 2.0 sites, you're going to notice now, look right here, this is a little magic little button, Animoto Lawrence. My page has automatically listed to sub-page listing. So on here, you will notice you have access to that. When you want to come back and make changes to your site, all you have to do is click on Animoto or whatever your tool is, come back in, and you can work on your site. To edit your site, very, very simple. All you need to do is click on the pencil, which is your edit button. On here, you have some amazing tools up across the top. So to bold, italicize, if you want to create a link, if you want to insert images, links, all that is directly on this site. So you do have some pretty cool layout tools. Think of it as Word. It functions very much like Word. So if I wanted to bold this, Animoto, I want to bold, all I have to do is highlight and then click on bold. If I want to increase my size, I can increase my size. If I want to change my color, I can change my color right here. So all my tools are right there. If I want to create a link, link to Animoto, all I have to do is have text, highlight, and then I can click on my link icon right here. And then I can add a web address. So if I wanted to go to Animoto, I can type in www.animoto.com. I can even tell it to open a new window, which I do suggest. Hit OK, and it adds a link. So now when I click on that, it's going to take me to Animoto. So you have all these tools. Part of your grade, you do want to make sure your page looks exciting. So do make sure you think of color choice. Make sure you insert a link. Make sure you include some pictures. Make your page look very pleasing to the eye. That's part of your assignment. Another piece, definitely play with the tool. Play with the Web 2.0 tool. Get to know it. Some of these sites you're going to be able to create videos or create a tool, and if you do that, make sure you include those examples here. We want to know how this tool can be used in education and enhance student learning, and that's what this is about, is getting kind of down and dirty with those tools. Learn how it works. Find some things that you like, you don't like about it. Find some tips on there that you might provide. Hey, it was really confusing at this step, but I do, after I learned to click on this blue button, it made it a little more easier to use. Provide those tips. One thing is I have learned as a teacher is, as you're using these tools, the part that you tend to kind of get stuck on is the part your students are going to get stuck on. So make sure, if you get stuck, make sure that's one of those things that you highlight with your students. One of the most important things is when you are done working on your page, you do need to make sure you hit save. If you don't hit save, I won't be able to save your changes. One of the cool things is Google does save it. So if you ever forget to hit the save button, you come back, it will open up and it'll say, hey, you were working on some edits. Would you like to restore? You can restore, and then be sure to hit save. Once you hit save, it's going to save that tool and save your changes to it. So this is a pretty important step. The next one, everything I need to know about applications of technology I learned in this class. You're going to add your entry below. So something that you've learned. Your name is going to automatically be added. Just type in your comment and then hit comment, and it's going to add it to this page. And the final site is Wiki Resources. The cool thing is Google Sites is not the only wiki out there. There's tons of wiki sites. So what I want you to do is do a search and find another wiki tool. Whether it is an actual wiki resource, so another tool, maybe it's not Google Sites, but maybe it's PBWorks or another tool like that. Include it on this page. Or maybe you found a link to an article that talks about using wikis in education. Add that on here. Wikis are a great collaborative tool to use with your students. And what I want you to do is find some resources. Once somebody's claimed it, add it to this page. Now, how you're going to add it to this page is clicking on the edit button up here, the pencil. Now, the really cool thing with wikis is that everyone has access to the tools, which means we can all edit, get in here at different times and make changes. One downside that you will learn is we all have access to this site, which is the good and the bad. The bad is you can delete other people's work. So make sure you're very cautious that you don't delete anybody else's work on this page. Make sure you just add to it. So to add to it, you're going to click on the pencil and then come to the bottom and then enter, and then you can add your own little information on there. Once again, when you're finished, go ahead and hit save, and that's going to save it to your wiki site. This is our page, so we're the only ones that have access to it. So be sure to add your information. Add a cool Web 2.0 tool that you have come across, and you'll have access to it on here.